YouTube viewers, this is Michael, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The One Piece Review. And like always, this podcast is brought to you by Screw Youth Productions. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly in case you don't understand it. Before I begin, I'd like to say, sorry this podcast is a bit late. I've been kind of busy lately, with work, things have been stacking up with work and stuff, so basically I've been kind of busy a little bit this week. So anyway, in case you're wondering what that noise in the background, my neighbors are once again doing some little bit work in their backyard. My next door neighbors are doing some little bit of yard work in their backyard. So in case you guys are wondering, that's just my neighbors next door doing some work in their backyard. So besides that, let's get into this review. No, this episode is 711. Now, the way this episode starts off is like this. Well, it starts off for the left off in the previous episode. Star defeated Gao Ji and defeated Gao Ji. So witness Star defeated Gao Ji. And so said to himself like, like I gotta remember this dude thing in case he comes our enemy someday. So basically, Solo is basically remembering Sly's name in case we have to fight him later on, some shit like that. So anyway, Sly went to go check on Don Chin and see he was still alive and shit at the Gaoji's attack and that's when Baby Five to the side like, should we get married in a chapel or a church? And Sarah was like, what? And Baby Five was like, when we get married. And that's when Sai and Don Chin, who woke up when Baby Five said that, he said that now is not a good time. So anyway, Solo was having a very hard time, still having a hard time defeating Pecan, and also Solo was getting tired of Pecan's little high pitched match and told Pecan like, chill out with your goddamn lies, you bastard. And that's when Pecan got mad after Solo said that, and he started to Pecan started to went nuts with its attack. It started to go nuts with his attack, but Solo managed to defend against all Pecan's attacks. So once again, when Solo got close to Pecan's face and went to Pecan's face and in the Stone Mountain, Pecan just went back into the mountain and avoided Solo's attack. And Solo was like, damn it. And that's when this guy with boxing gloves and a crown shot. Turns out he's a friend of King Rico named Isabel. He's from Turco, King Boxers and shit like that. So anyway, he introduced himself to Solo. Introduced Solo and offer that I can defeat Pecan for you. And Solo said, no games, I will defeat Pecan myself, but you can help me achieve my goal. And Isabella, who is a dude, is like, okay, shoot yourself. So anyway, meanwhile, Becker's father looked like he was still has a hard time with fighting Dynamite uses his powers to make the ground and the sunflower metal unstable and make it wiggling and shit. So basically, it was hard to keep balance food for Rebecca's father. So anyway, Dynamite was telling us like, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to kill your daughter just like I killed your wife. Back in you was a toy sugar, and that's when Rebecca's father had that flashback of Diamond killing his wife and shit. So basically, Rebecca's father going up attack Diamond, but Diamond uses his cape to block his attack, and Diamond uses his flexible sword to attack Rebecca, but Rico managed to block the attack with his sword. Then Diamond once again tried to use the fucking sword to attack Rebecca again, and Rebecca's father once again blocked Diamond's attack. So basically Diamond said that I'm going to kill your daughter just like I killed your wife. So basically every time that Rebecca's father blocked Rico the cat by saving Rebecca, he gets tired, and Rebecca begs him that I can fight this. If you don't have to defend me, I can defend myself to it. And Rebecca Parker's like, no, I refuse you. No. He was like, no, I won't let you. I will attack you and defeat Diamond at the same time. And done that at the same time. So anyway, meanwhile, back in the castle, Batman was still bouncing off the wall, still trying to cave in the castle. So it turns out he was not trying to cave the castle in on himself. Turns out he still wants to fight Luffy. Now even Luffy before he pronounced that to Luffy, Luffy was concerned that if he keeps on bouncing like that, he's going to basically die. Basically, it's going to die. And Venom is like, don't worry about me. You're my enemy. So anyway, Venom pronounced that I'm not trying to kill the castle in. I'm just around to build up speed that way. I can defeat you. And Luffy was like, what? After the way D. Flamingo betrays you and stuff, yes, D. Flamingo betrayed. Yes, D. Flamingo betrayed me, but I'm still part of his. No matter what, I'm still part of his crew. So basically, I can't go back on my principles. Once I join something, I see it for the end. So anyway, that's when Bellamy started to attack Luffy. And shit. So anyway, meanwhile, Sambo, the fake ace was the fake ace that I call him. I'm just gonna call him the fake ace. Fake ace was going around saving people from the destruction of the battles between these Flamingos group and Riku and the rebels group. So anyway, he saved a couple of people. Blah blah blah. Basically, that's all he did. And he looked at the castle and said, I hope Luffy's okay. So back on top of the castle, D. Flamingo and Turbo was double teaming the shit out of it. It was double teaming the shit out of Law. Basically, Law was getting his ass whooped by D. Flamingo and Turbo. Law grabbed Law, and he was about to finish about to finish Law off just like he did Coruscant, about to pull out the gun, and that's when Law uses his uses his power to hit Di Fernando with a direct attack. But it seems like when the smoke clears, it seems like the attack did some damage to Di Fernando. Not much damage, but when Law got some hit in. But anyway, that's when the double team started continuing. That's when Di Fernando and Tree-Bear continued the double team on Law and Tree-Bear used his sticky bomb attack against Law. And when that smoke cleared, Law was still, even though Law was lying on the ground, but he was still breathing, he was still on. And Di Fernando and Tree-Bear were like, after an attack like that, you should still be alive after that. But so basically Di Fernando and Tree-Bear was suppressed. So anyway, we cut to back inside the castle. Bellamy was looking Luffy's ass inside the castle. Anyway, we cut to Claudius about to fight Galactus, and we're both about to fight Galactus. But Galactus uses his power to make the ground inflate, make the ground inflate around Claudius, make the ground inflate until it's full. So Claudius went to Bellamy and asked to let him in his bed, and Bellamy was like, "Sir, I can't do that right now. I'm using my barrier to detect Robin. That way she can reach Becca and her father and go help them out, and Carface like at the end, and that's when the ground around Carface on the car just exploded, and Galactus thought that figured that not even Carface figured Carface could have survived the explosion like this, and this is how the episode ended. So basically, this episode was average. It wasn't very much deep. It was not. Basically, this was the average episode of One Piece. So anyway, it's alright. So anyway, let's sit there and go sign off. 1.